Barbies, it's me, Courtney. Today is going to be a pick a card on me honoring the feelings you keep on pushing down because you keep on rationalizing them. I have 3 piles here. This is going to be on a message of validation for your heart. Something I love to do before I get into my reading. So everything is time-stamped. This is for the people who want it, okay? Choosing the piles is time-stamped. The piles are time-stamped. I very quickly wanted to talk about work-life balance. When we are very, very super passionate people, we often forget that your productivity is supposed to be measured with your health and what you do to take care of your body. Where can you on a busy day make sure you're feeling right? Where can you on a busy day make sure you are honoring yourself as much as your dreams? I wanted to talk about that for a second. I am going to get into showing you your piles. I do love you so very much. I used all of my rainbow decks that I have, okay, to celebrate Pride. I love you so very much. But we are going to get into these piles. I am using the Prism Tarot and the Queer Tarot. So our first pile for our little message on what in your heart wants to be honored is my beautiful little rose aura quartz hearts. Our second pile is going to be, I think this is like an orangey piece of carnelian. And our last pile, pile 3, we have a beautiful piece of honey calcite that I own. I am going to honor the feelings you are always rationalizing. I want you to take your time, choose whatever crystal pile feels like a yes, whatever number feels like a yes. But I love you so very much, Barbie. I'm so excited to be doing this. I'm going to get into the first pile. All right, hello there, beautiful pile number 1s. You were in the right place if you chose this pink aura quartz heart. I am going to be giving you a message of validation your heart needs. Because sometimes we have these feelings and we have these things come up and we rationalize them so much, we don't honor them. I'm using all rainbow decks today for Pride, okay? I wanted to start my pick of cards in June right. With my Prism Tarot, sides are holographic, it's very pretty. I pulled the 8 of Wands for you. What I like about this deck is it has the planets and the signs it's attributed with. So some of you could be a Sagittarius or have significant Sagittarius placements. But on top of that, I have 3 cards from my Queer Tarot. I got this deck when Target was still cool and they didn't do the DEI rollbacks. For you, I have the Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to figure out where I want to put that after. I also have the Hermit and Justice. Let me put these here. And maybe I'll put this one on top. Immediately, what I was feeling for you when I pulled these cards earlier today, pile 1, beautiful, beautiful diva. By the way, settle in. Think of this as self-care. I am honoring your feelings here. I think group 1, you are a lot more sensitive and you have a lot more of a tender heart than other people around you would think. And I don't know if it was conditioned into you at some point or if you are just a person who tends to keep emotion to themselves because you want to keep it moving. And I think that might kind of be what this is here with the Queen of Pentacles. You want to keep it moving. You like creating security for yourself, and I think that for you comes in the form of communities and having people around you. I think it comes in the form of not financial gain, that's not the right term, but having your resources that you need and having everything together. And I also think it shows up as like you maintaining your mental health. But with the Eight of Wands here, I don't know that you always voice this tenderness, and I think because you think your sensitivity won't be honored, or because you think, oh, like I'm like a lawyer and like I have like all this sensitivity, like what if like my sensitivity is not aligned with my life? And I want to tell you that is okay, because your sensitivity is what puts you in touch with wanting all these things, like having your security together, having your community together. There are people in your life that you can wear this sensitive heart around. In fact, the world is changing. One of my favorite quotes from Barbie Summer, like the Barbie movie in 2023, is I really, really love the part in the beginning where like they're showing us like what all the Barbies do in Barbie Land, and there's the courtroom, and one of them says something like, I have feelings I'm feeling over this case and I'm expressing them. I can have both logic and emotion at once, and it doesn't diminish my power, it expands them, or something like that. I don't think your sensitivity is something you have to share with everybody, but I do want you to start seeing it as a strength. You know, maybe your sensitivity is, say you're a school teacher, or say you're an accountant, or say you're a social worker, anything. There's something that you do in your life, even if it's not workforce related, that you chose and that you show up for and that you commit yourself to because of this sensitivity you have, because of this care for people you have. Your sensitivity is so interwoven and laced into your life, you kind of forget it's there, like you kind of forget shoelaces are there on your shoes. Here with Justice and the Hermit, I feel like a lot of your emotions go unprocessed, but you feel everything. And I really, really wish that like you could at least honor your own experiences. And I feel like this can be really, really small too. I just wonder if any of you have like a creative hobby you've been wanting to look into, or if you're like, like I kind of want to take pottery classes, I kind of want to do this. I think that a big part of you getting more comfortable with yourself and like the gentle and like the slower time you like to have in your free time, I think you taking opportunities and going after little things, so like wanting to make pottery and stuff, I think seeking that out and like telling your mind that your desires and what you feel like doing are as important as your output and everything else could be like super, super healing for you. You have this sensitivity and I want you to honor it. I want you to hone it, because I think you already live with it, but you treat it as a strength, and you maybe you are in environments where you use it, but like that empathy isn't always welcome, like with like big great displays of it. I will say there's also Virgo here with Pentacles and the Hermit. But the Hermit just makes me think like there's just like this whole other side of you and this so much more authentic expression of you you don't show to other people because of the environments you exist in, because of the environments you work in and everything. And I really think you could really just honor these emotions and feel a lot more joy if you decided with something small, hey, I've been talking about doing this to my friend forever. I'm gonna eat the $50 and go to this paint class I've been looking at for months. I'm gonna eat the $15 and go to Michael's and get the diamond painting kit. Like, a life, you wanting to live a slow life where you include things that are creative and like soothe your nervous system more. I'm getting a little download that one of you are kind of like the people who either in COVID, like you were watching like homestead TikTok because you were like, this sucks, like I'm locked up in the suburbs, I'm doing this. So some of you, like, just like you want to live a life that is better for your nervous system, even if it's small things you drop in. I feel like here for you, it's really just a prioritizing of your wants and, okay, I'm in this situation, but also I have free time. And also, like, if this person hurts my feelings every time I talk to them and they love me, but like it brings me turmoil, I can also like cut them off. It's really your choices and like bringing in things into your free time that you do, even just sometimes, that are good for your nervous system and soothe that. Because I think you have more access to being in alignment with that stuff than you know. I think you just have to focus on it and be like, wait, I don't want to go out for dinner with this friend I have who bullies me. I kind of want to stay home and do this. Or I kind of want to go and do this. But group one, I love you so very much. Queen of Pentacles here, serenity and slow living and doing things that are nourishing for you is so valid and so important and so... like, it can really put you so in touch with your needs. Your sensitivity is a gift, and it's beautiful with the rose quartz here. And with the Eight of Wands, you have free will, Diva. But I love you so very much. I hope you feel validated, and you don't have to rationalize this, and you are allowed to want to be happy. In fact, it's your birthright. I love you so very much. Happy Pride, and I will see you on Tuesday for my Get Ready With Me's, where I teach you about tarot. I love you so very much, and thank you for being here. Bye, Barbie. Say hi, I don't bite. Barbie's a pile too. I love you so much. Happy Pride. I am going to honor the feelings that you are always rationalizing and pushing down, and we are going to validate you today, okay? You were in the right place if you chose my orangey carnelian. I am really sticking with the rainbow theme today. Happy Pride. All of the cards I pulled for you today are from my rainbow decks. We are going to get into things, okay? One thing that is super duper fun about you is you got 2 cards from the Prism Tarot. The other piles only got 1. But for you, I had pulled the Star. These are so pretty. The sides are like holographic. And I also pulled the Queen of Swords for you. So there is air sign energy here. So like something you are processing recently, okay? And also I have my queer tarot here. I got it from Target when they were so cool and they hadn't done the DEI rollbacks. We have the Magician. So cool. These are like very powerful cards, I was thinking, because like we had like Major Arcana pop up, a court card. The 10 of Cups is really cool to see. So like big message. And we also have Strength. I feel like you are maybe processing some family stuff or just some for some of you these are going to be friendship experiences or letting friendship into your lives, and for other people this is going to be family related stuff. But with the Star here, this is about narrative. Your narrative and your experiences that may not be shared by others. So maybe you haven't honored them previously with the Queen of Swords here. The Queen of Swords is not mean. She is not judgy. She is not anything like that in her upright position. The Queen of Swords is very objective. And because she's objective, sometimes she is one of the lonelier queens. She's not as warm and bubbly and like painting and crafting as much as like the Queen of Wands or the Queen of Pentacles or anything. She's very, she sits there and she really thinks through these decisions and stuff like that. So I think maybe this looks to me like processing trauma. This looks to me like becoming more aware of your experiences that you may have pushed down. Here with the Magician and the Ten of Cups, I think you are identifying unique experiences you had and maybe validating your own experiences for the first time. I think you are also learning it's okay to honor your experiences, and they don't have to be graphic or as bad as like somebody who like went on the Oprah show to have been to have been harmful for you. Okay, your experiences with your parents don't have to make a really good book or get you an interview on Ellen or Oprah for them to be significant and have profoundly hurt you. And I think you are starting to learn that, and I really want to validate it. And I also want to tell you, you can maintain connections with people and give them grace and accept that people are very super duper nuanced without extending forgiveness or without being ready to extend forgiveness for things that hurt you. You are allowed to honor your feelings here with carnelian. Carnelian is about our personal boundaries and our personal narrative and honoring our experiences. It corresponds with the root chakra. So it's very much, this is my narrative. This is what I've experienced. This experience was formative for me and harmful in that way. And it's okay to honor your personal experiences. It doesn't mean you are casting anybody out. It doesn't mean you are bashing anybody. And just because a sibling or a friend or somebody did not have the same experience as you or was not disadvantaged in the same way as you, does not give them any right to tell you that what you experienced is not real. Does not give them the right to do that. And you are allowed to have your own adult experience, your own adult perspective on this situation. And I think you are still processing this, still working through this, but I want to affirm it and tell you it's not in your head, you're not crazy. The Magician here is about navigating a real experience that you maybe did not validate previously in your life before. And, you know, maybe this stuff happened when you were a teenager and now you're an adult. Or maybe this stuff happened when you were in your 20s and now you're in your 50s. Trauma buries itself, or sometimes we have projections placed on ourselves by other people and like don't understand like how something could have been harmful for us. Life is projection. So I think maybe you are keeping this between you and somebody in your close inner circle who you know will validate your feelings. You are not crazy. You don't have to take anybody's opinions, and it's okay to wait till you are in a good safe space with a therapist or with a counselor or with somebody who's lived through the same thing to talk about this with. You don't owe a conversation about this with the people who hurt you or to the people who who invalidate you in any way. The Queen of Swords here with the star, to me, tells me this is going to have lessons for you to integrate. And so, you know, if your parents failed you in some way, maybe should you ever have a child, I think you'll really be able to integrate this lesson and break that cycle of trauma. Especially here with the Ten of Cups and Strength. Something you were let down in, maybe something you choose to do and facilitate now or later in your life, and it's an opportunity to fill in these gaps and give somebody else the things you were starved of. Ooh, I like that. And it's okay for love to coexist for situations that hurt us, also with that pain. Nothing is nuanced, nothing is black and white. I've actually been pretty annoyed because in the aftermath of watching Euphoria, I see everybody squash these complex characters into boxes. And I just think the older I've gotten, maybe when I was 23, I've learned I am not perfect and neither is anybody else. Sometimes love, if it's still healthy enough to keep it in your life and maintain it, is also acknowledging the flaws of other people and the shortcomings of other people and the harm we do to each other, and that love and boundaries can all coexist at once. And it means you prioritize and love something enough, you want to keep it there in whatever capacity is healthy and sustainable for you. And that's a beautiful thing. Love is not always soulmatey and perfect and everything. Sometimes it's just somebody we love, somebody we have history with, and somebody we choose to be around. But you are allowed to have your own personal boundaries, and you are allowed to start naming your experiences and honor them. You are not freaking crazy. Queen of Swords here in the star, it's happening. Swords do not lie. Swords are analytical and truthful and about experiences we're having. I am so proud of you for keeping love in your life and letting it expand in whatever ways keeps it healthy for you. I love you so very much. I hope your feelings are honored and validated, and you know that your heart is safe here. I love you literally so much. Happy freaking Pride. And I adore you. I am posting your Get Ready with Me where I teach you about a tarot card on Tuesday. Say hi, please. I don't bite. I love you literally so much, and I will see you again very soon. I hope this resonated. Bye, Barbie. Hello there, beautiful humans and Barbies of pile 3. I love you so very much. Happy Pride. You are in the right place. If you chose my gorgeous honey calcite, that's really cool. She's one of my favorites. But I love you so very much. I am here to honor the feelings that you kind of overanalyze and rationalize and keep on pushing down. So, like, what's on your heart? I'm here to validate it. I am using all rainbow cards this month for Pride. So the card that you got from the Prism Tarot is the Magician, which is so cool, okay? And I love it. It's so fun because it's got all the colors in it. And then from the Queer Tarot, I have these for you. I got them from Target when Target was still cool before they did the DEI rollbacks. But for you, I have the Seven of Wands. Also so cool. You are very strong-willed. You are very strong people. I also have the Devil. Don't panic. Because I didn't, okay? I do think it's cool that there's like little like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 pointed little stars all over here because they're in the clouds on this card too. And then We also have the Four of Swords, and here they are again. Let me move these. I feel like I've set them up differently for every pile, but who cares, right? Okay. Seven of Wands. What is coming up for you to be validated? I think something you care about, whether it be something you are doing for and like, I think there's something you want to start that you haven't started yet, either because you have other commitments or qualifications or practice you're doing for it first, or what. But I think you are overthinking this before you even get started. Because say you're an artist, right? I think you use maybe mediums that, like, I don't know, like pretentious, like art teachers at FIT are like, don't use that. That's not real art if you make something with all glitter paint, whatever. I think that you are putting your ideas down a little bit. And the danger with that, that's not really a danger, but the thing that upsets me with that is I really think with the Magician here, something that's cool about the Magician is the Magician is very well-rounded. The Magician is actually, the Fool is card number 0 in the tarot, and Magician is number 1 in the tarot. So the Magician is really our starting base for anything we do. It's the beginning of the Fool's journey. It's when we organize our ideas. It's when we pick up the ball and we get rolling. I think that's why this is rainbow, but also the tarot has 4 suits in it. We have 2 of them here, swords and wands. Then there's pentacles and cups. The Magician always is at a table, starting to get the ball rolling for his ideas. So he's got a pentacle here, a wand, a sword, a cup, always. The Magician is very often, it's entrepreneurial. It also is just about somebody who colors outside of the lines a little bit. Somebody making their own way. I really think of cardinal sign placements with the Magician here. So Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, and Aries. And I do see some fire here. The world needs your vision. The world needs the thing that you do that makes your stuff a little bit different from the others. The world needs you in boardrooms, I guess, if that's what you're gonna go and do, bringing your ideas and your more human approach, or your more authentic approach, or your more out there approach. The world needs it. And like, I think there needs to be a separation of, I am in the learning stage and I'm learning about this from other people who have done this. I think there needs to be a separation of that from, okay, but like when I have the power and when I have the tools and when I'm doing this, I can bring this up and do it my way. I think it's very important that you don't let yourself be beaten into the gray because you are learning the mechanics and the how-tos of systems from other people. I think it's really important that you don't lose your vision here and you don't call it stupid or ugly or impractical. I think it's really important. 7 of Wands here is sometimes like 7 of Wands. I just heard it in my head. I always associate 7 of Wands with Shake It Off, like the song. Just because it's here, I think with you, it's okay to soak up knowledge and how-to and practical knowledge of something and not take it in and let it change your process or rock your beliefs, okay? Because the 7 of Wands and the Devil here are telling me I am trying to not let people influence my process and my ideas and my creativity, but I'm also here to learn something, and there's also a little bit of a power imbalance right now. Where can you protect your ideas? Where can you do your own projects at home? Where can you write your own stories or your own mock-ups or your own whatever for yourself and keep it? Where can you make Pinterest boards, and where can you feed your creativity so that you are learning how to do the thing, but you are holding on to your way of doing things? But also, where are you giving away your power? Where are you like, well, like, this person's been doing it longer, so they must be better at it than me? Absolutely not. Somebody's experience doesn't mean they aren't boring, okay? Somebody's experience doesn't mean they aren't boring. You come into this with your own perspective, and you do it because you're passionate about it. But with the magician here, individuality needs to be protected, okay? And that means taking the things you want to learn how to do better with a grain of salt, but also maintaining your own spine. I feel like some of you need to just hear, like, grow a spine. Because I love you, but respectfully grow a spine. Because why are you questioning yourself over these boring people and these boring places? Just because you don't know everything about Photoshop yet, or just because you don't know everything about something yet. Listen, you've got the idea and the passion behind you, and a lot of people don't have that. Okay, I know, like, Gen Z and millennials and people are changing this because we are picking jobs we freaking care about. But there are so many old bats working in so many places, or like there are so many boring people that followed one formula to get to where they are that's inauthentic to them, just for money, or like just for engagement, or just for this. I think you'd be very surprised how much more authentically you do this thing. Don't let anybody rock your beliefs just because you're in a temporary situation while you are figuring out your own process and what things are going to look like for you when you're doing it on your own. The magician here and the Seven of Wands, be stubborn. Be stubborn. Ask questions. Interject. Say, hey, I want to do it this way. I want to do it this way. Ask questions. Interject. Honey calcite, like, doesn't joke. Honey calcite doesn't joke. I always feel when I carry around a honey calcite, just because it's a solar plexus one, and it's kind of like a they're not doing it, so I will type, like, energy with it. I always kind of feel like a magical girl when I'm carrying around honey calcite. I just stop letting this situation rock your perception of yourself and your own ideas. Because you're going to come to a point soon where you are going to know all the stuff you want to about the process, where you are going to have all the skills you want and everything. And right now you're not there, but you will be. And it's really, really important you tune out all the stuff and just focus on your passion, because that's what drew you to this, and that's why you're doing it, and that's why it's meant for you. Pile 3, I literally love you so much. This whole, wrap it up, okay? Wrap it up. I love you so very much. This has air signs and fire signs all over it. I adore you. Be this brave person I know you are, okay? Be this diva I know you are. Honor these feelings, or at least I hope I did. I'm posting your Get Ready With Me, where I teach you about a tarot card, on Tuesday. Happy Pride. Say hi to me. I don't bite. I love you so very much. Thank you for being here. And I will see you next time. Bye, bye.